Indeed, it is my pleasure to deliver the 24th convocation address of the Bangalore University. I am happy to meet eminent countrymen at this place and the authorities who have been administering the university with success and remarkable distinction. I am deeply sensible of the honor which your university had done to me to deliver the convocation address to the graduates of the present year. I know that I am more fit to receive advice rather than to give it. However, I shall give only brief expression and thoughts about the university and secondary education and their place in our national life. The basic reason for India remaining stagnant in the application of science and technology to the problems of common man is that society at large is yet to assimilate them into social and cultural fabrics. The qualitative transformation of any society can only be accomplished if we were able to imbibe the scientific spirit and work towards the use of technology into our culture. Promotion of economic development is possible only when specific technologies are adapted to meet the needs of individual societies in harmony with cultural background. Unless we are willing to take quantum jumps in technology based on sound, economic, and scientific evolution, we will fail in our attempt to reverse the prevalent state of scarcity. The lack of interaction with academic institutions has made Indian industries to continue to rely on foreign know-how. One of the ways in which we should get to know each other better would be for the university men to meet occasionally from various parts for the exchange of ideas. Indians desiring to equip themselves with the latest thought and advances in all forms of technical, medical, and engineering needs experts trained in all sorts. In the present political evolution of India, the problem may appear to be one of academic interest, but the leaders of parties think that the country cannot afford to follow the same. The function of true education is to relate knowledge of life, transmission of culture from generation to generation, and to explore new horizons for human achievements. The greatest importance has to be attached to the courses prescribed and actually taught. The education system has to be purposeful and it should suit the changed circumstances in our country. Education should make a person duly fit to discharge the duties and responsibilities that devolve on our young men and women after their education. Merely conferring degrees on the basis of the existing curriculum without opening an opportunity for them to use the knowledge acquired would be a tremendous waste. The authorities of the university education has to take into account all these factors and provide proper and necessary conditions to fulfill the same. A good deal has to be done through the initiative and the individual efforts of the student himself. In order to encourage higher teaching and research, many well-organized departments have to be established for the various fields of knowledge. Of these, special mention might be made to Indian philosophy, chemical technology, whose cultural and technical importance cannot be overstressed. Education alone holds the key to all-round progress of the society. Any social change and economic development has its roots in the system of education prevailing in the country. We have to stop not only to borrow technology from outside but also achieve its progress. Education alone can help banish superstitions and outmoded beliefs obstructing our progress. After all, the education is the engine that provides modern democracy with the right momentum. It is not only opening of new universities or institutions that interests the government. Quality of education imparted in the universities is an important one. It wants first rate teachers, both men and women, to impart excellent tuition to the growing generation. The government should open more institutions to see that youth get easy educational opportunities even after secondary education. There are broad approaches of education prevalent in the country today. The main emphasis is the worthiness of the individual to develop to the best possible manner. If education helps to create a new social order, the good of each individual member will be automatically looked after. We have to choose the path which lies between these two extreme approaches in education. Our main determination of education is to secure a planned progress in all spheres, and education is one of the foremost front. Our educational development will therefore be necessarily a planned process which implies determination of resources available, the priorities, and the board programs which the country should adapt for the next generation. Regarding secondary education, I would like to state that in India, our primary concern is compulsory and mass education. The mass is the master of the country today. Our constitution provides for adult franchise. For this purpose, the people have to be well educated and trained. Government should continue its earnest efforts to fulfill the constitutional provision in regard to the compulsory education up to the secondary level. The present system of education has ignored many of such practical aspects of the question and is defensive in many ways. In my opinion, the present system of education is more mechanical than purposeful. It makes students learn much but do little. Our British rulers have based their principles of education in this country just to prepare the spare parts of administrative machinery, and the training they had only suited to aspire for government service. The status of university and college teachers has to be raised to a level commensurate with their academic work and their position in the society. Proper selection of men of merit as teachers and maintenance of their status at a higher level are among the basic requirements for the success of universities. I would also venture to express hope that you will find in later life that what you have learnt and acquired in the university, both in knowledge and social training, has stood for good cause. Remember, my young friends, we are in independent nation and everyone is responsible to defend the independence and dedicate our service to motherland and tread on our traditional path of way. I do not wish to encroach on your patience, and I shall therefore conclude my thanking you once again for affording me this opportunity.